What do you think was the most powerful weapon in human history? A bomb, a missile, or a gun? No, it was a camera. That might sound impossible, but some photographs have changed the course of history more than armies, politicians, or even wars. Today, we're not just telling the story of a camera, we're telling the story of moments that changed the world forever. Before cameras existed, there was no way to truly capture reality. If a king wanted to be remembered as a hero, artists painted him as a hero. If a battle was fought, people only knew what someone chose to write about it. History depended on stories, not evidence, not proof. Then, everything changed. For the first time in history, humans could preserve reality exactly as it happened, and that was only the beginning. For the first time, people no longer had to imagine history. They could witness it. The same moment, seen by millions of eyes. And once the truth could be captured, the world would never react to events the same way again. In 1936, during the Great Depression, a photographer met a worried mother surrounded by her children. She looked exhausted, hopeless, uncertain about tomorrow. The photograph became known as Migrant Mother. When it was published, millions of people finally saw the reality of poverty, not through numbers, not through reports, but through one unforgettable face. Soon after, the U.S. government sent emergency aid to the camp where the family was living. Sometimes, one photograph can move faster than thousands of official reports. But photographs didn't only change the destiny of ordinary people, they also changed the way humanity saw itself. Sometimes, changing the world begins with changing your perspective. In 1968, astronauts aboard Apollo 8 witnessed something no human had ever seen before: the Earth rising above the horizon of the moon. They grabbed a camera and captured one of the most famous photographs in history, Earthrise. For the first time, humanity saw its home from space. There were no borders, no countries, no politics, just one small blue planet, floating alone in the darkness. That single image inspired millions of people and became one of the symbols of the environmental movement. Sometimes, changing your perspective changes everything. But cameras didn't only change how we saw ourselves, they also changed how we saw war. And sometimes, one image can become more powerful than an entire battlefield. In 1972, during the Vietnam War, a 9-year-old girl ran down a road. She was terrified. Behind her, smoke, fire, chaos. A photographer had only seconds to react. He pressed the shutter. That single photograph became known around the world as Napalm Girl. Millions of people suddenly saw the true face of war, not through speeches, not through newspapers, but through one heartbreaking image. Many historians believe that photographs helped change public opinion about the Vietnam War. Sometimes, one photograph speaks louder than 1,000 speeches. Today, more than 5 billion photographs are taken every single day. Most of them will never be seen again. But every once in a while, one image still has the power to shock the world, to expose the truth, to inspire millions, or even to change history. The real power of a camera has never been its lens or its shutter. Its true power has always been the moment it preserves forever. For nearly 2 centuries, cameras earned something far more valuable than beautiful images. They earned our trust, because once people trust an image, that image can change the world. But what happens when seeing is no longer believing? Today, the camera may be facing the greatest challenge in its entire history. For more than 180 years, people believed one simple idea: photographs don't lie. But today, Artificial intelligence can create faces that never existed, places that were never real, moments that never happened. Millions of images are generated every single day, without a camera ever capturing them. The question is no longer, how clear is this photo? The real question is this photo even real? Perhaps the greatest power of the camera was never capturing light, it was capturing trust. And now, for the first time in history, trust itself is being questioned. At the beginning of this story, I asked you what the most powerful weapon in human history was. Maybe it was never the camera itself. Maybe the real power was the ability to make millions of people believe the same thing at the exact same moment. For almost 2 centuries, cameras held that power. Today, artificial intelligence is beginning to inherit it. The camera changed the world. Now, artificial intelligence may change what the world believes is real. And perhaps the greatest chapter in the story of the camera hasn't happened yet. Maybe it's being written right now.